Hello, students. Welcome to another institutional spotlight series of Careers 360. Today, we have with us Mr. Anil Somani, who is the founder and the executive chairman of Fostiima Business School. He's a chemical engineer from IIT Bombay and completed his PGDBA from IIMA. After a brief stint in the corporate world, he started expanding his family business. He promoted a pharmaceutical company and guided the unit through the economic slowdown of the late 90s through a strategic alliance with the drug major Ranbaxy. He has also been the vice president of the MP Chambers of Commerce and Industries and has led several trade delegations to central ministries on critical economic issues. He has held responsible positions in several social, charitable, and business bodies from 1992 to 2001. He was also on the board of governors of the Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management, an educational institution administered by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Very generous introduction.
Okay, sir. So we'll begin with the questions. My first question would be, Fostiima Business School was founded in 2007. Please share the journey along with the challenges and the achievements.
So I don't know where to start from. I'll start from the genesis that why we set up Fostiima Business School. We who passed out from the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, our entire class used to meet year after year at some exotic location every year. In around 2005, that was the time when I was exiting from my pharmaceutical unit. And a couple of my other classmates are also exiting whatever business or corporate activity that they were in. We were at an age where we thought that, well, yes, we still have a lot of life left in us. And we thought that we've had one innings of corporate life, which has been very successful. So why not do something for the society? With that objective, we created Fostiima Business School, a very clear vision of giving back to the society what we have actually acquired and achieved in our 2 years at IIM Ahmedabad and also in our corporate life. There are many who have the potential in them, but they are not fortunate enough to have scored well on that fateful day of CAT and therefore cannot get admission in these premium institutions where we have actually had the chance to study in. So to educate such students, to groom them to their peak potential, Fostiima was created in 2007. So we are 7 friends who passed out in the year 1973 from IIM Ahmedabad. And that has actually been the genesis also of the name Fostiima, which is actually an acronym for Friends of 73 of IIM Ahmedabad. There is a message in this name, that, well, yes, of course, the last 4 letters talk of our alma mater, IIM Ahmedabad. And so we actually wanted to give that flavor to our students. That's why we kept that as a part of our name. And B was this letter F, which is again a very important letter, a part of our name. That in 1973 we were friends. And in 2007 also we were friends. And in 2024-25 also we are friends. This is such a strong friendship, a bond of trust, which has stood the test of time, which we built in IIM Ahmedabad. So this message is there we want to give to all our students at Fostiima and outside that, well, yes, have such friendships, build such bonds amongst your classmates, amongst your colleagues, which last you a lifetime. When all else give way, it is your friends who always come to help and support you. I think longer reply than what you would have actually thought.
Yes, sir. So could you share something about the challenges and the achievements of Fostiima Business School?
Certainly. So we who were the alumni of Indian Institute of Management, and we had created Fostiima to give that kind of ambience, that kind of flavor to our students. So we actually also collected our faculty pool also from large part of it was from IIMA and the alumni of other IIMs. We thought that this faculty also, who've been to these premium institutions, who've been to the corporate world, they will give that experience to the students. So we had a strong intellectual bandwidth, a strong intellectual capital, and we wanted to give that and share that with our students. However, uh, in our quest and in our confidence in our intellectual capital and bandwidth, we did not give any too much importance to what I would say is approvals, accreditations, and affiliations. And we were providing a distance degree initially to our students from Pondicherry University. This actually was creating a lot of challenges to of sustenance in terms of student admissions, in terms of numbers. So the initial years were slightly challenging because of our faith, our confidence in our intellectual capital, but the students, especially in North India, wanting the AICT approval and accreditations, which we did not have. And therefore, somewhere in 2014, 15, I think we thought that we must get some AICT approval. And thereafter, the journey has been very smooth. Initially, I would say when we did not have the AICT approval, when we did not have our own building, campus, infrastructure, we were operating in a rented premises. So it was definitely a challenge to sustain and survive and to give that kind of confidence and belief in the mind of aspiring student that it is our intellectual capital is enough, approval is really not required. So
So my,
In
yeah.
North India, actually, this mindset is there in the mind of students who are very keen and particular to have an approval. We actually relied on the model of the ISB Hyderabad. That well, yes, they also have intellectual capital, but no approvals. The difference is that they had a 150-acre campus and we had a 50,000 square feet rented premises. So big difference between the two.
So my second question would be, in your opinion, what sets Fostiima Business School apart from the other business schools?
So there are many differences between Fostiima and the other business schools. And the first difference, of course, is I would say uh, that of the chairman. So the chairman of Fostiima Business School believes in leading from the front. That the chairman of Fostiima Business School believes that the students are their primary stakeholders. He is always available 24 by 7, 365 days of year for the students at the campus, trying to solve their problems, giving them solutions, helping them, guiding them, and keeping the eyes on the ground. So I would say I'm probably the only chairman who is so grounded as far as the B school and the education is concerned. This is one. Second is we try and give a total IMA flavor to our students. So our I told you our founders are all from IIM Ahmedabad. Our management team, the top management team, is also all from IIM. Our faculty, large part of our faculty pool is also IIM alumni. And for placing also, we use the IIM PAN, IIT PAN, IIM network for placement of our students. Placement is a very important part of any B school education. So we realized that right from the beginning. And we've always stayed connected with the corporate world. This is the first difference. The second difference is our entire management team is also from IIM Ahmedabad. And the third is that our large faculty pool is also from IIM Ahmedabad or the other IIMs. They bring their rich corporate experience, their 2 years at IIM that they have spent to the Fostiima classroom and share their experiences with the students, which we call as the experiential learning. And uh, the this entire our placement also is from the Pan IIT, Pan IIM network, because we know that placement is an important part of any B school. So, which I tell all my students, that well, yes, if you talk of cricket, the Indian cricket team has coaches like Ravi Shastri, Rahul Dravid, etc. And so, if you have to learn cricket, you learn normally from such stalwarts. Similarly, if you have to learn dancing, then you learn from somebody like Madhuri Dixit. And if you have to learn management, then who better than the alums of IIMs and especially the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. So we bring a total complete package for the student who joins us, and we are the largest group of IMA grads anywhere, any business school outside of IIM. So basically, it's like this that all B schools will have some graduates, one or two from the IMA, but here we have them in large numbers. Okay, what we say in Hindi, कि थोक के भाव में हम IIM अहमदाबाद के graduates को फर्स्ट टाइम हमें रखे हुए हैं. Please, and they make all the difference. And if you want to want me to tell you in greater detail what this difference is, so I often tell my students, that what is it that I learned in my 2 years at IIM Ahmedabad, and we basically it is. The apart from marketing, finance, HR, etc., that we were talking at IMA, the important thing that we learned over there was amazing decision making skills. So why today 70% of corporate India is led by the alums of IIM Ahmedabad is because all of them have learned at the institute how to take the right decision at the right time. And this actually has been achieved by the case method of teaching, which actually is originated from Harvard Business School, brought to India by IIM Ahmedabad, and from there proliferated to all business schools. But there is a difference, at IMA. At IMA, in the cases, we actually never focused on the solution. We had a 20-page case which was given to us, which we used to do pre-reading the night before the actual class in which it was going to be discussed. And when we were reading it, we would search for the solution inside the pages. And when we'll go into the classroom, the faculty, the teacher, they would not talk of the solution at all. We would keep searching the entire class hour, we'll keep searching for the problem. And I once asked my teacher, that my faculty, sir, what is it that you're doing? And then he explained to me that, well, I'm here not here to give you a solution. Solution is something which you have to find yourself. I'm only a facilitator. I only give you the way how you can search and find the problem. And then it dawned on all of us that, well, yes, if we go to the depth of the problem and then we find what the solution is, automatically we'll reach for where the solution is. I'll give you an example that if you're in a hospital and you are unwell, unless there is proper diagnosis that what is actually wrong with you, no amount of treatment is going to set you right. And the moment the hospital is able to diagnose what your actual ailment is, immediately a targeted medicine will be given to you and you will get all right. So till the time we actually reach the root cause, the core of the problem, no solution can really emerge. And once we've done that, the solution emerges like a flower in the jungle, So that's basically something which we learned at IMA. That's something which we have brought to Fostiima Business School. And that is a very big difference, I would say.
Okay, sir. So my third question would be, please give us the eligibility requirements for the PGDM course, and is work experience a prerequisite?
So the second question answer first. Work experience is not a prerequisite. We accept students who are continuously into studies. But then we find that there is a good number of students who actually have work experience and they like to join Fostiima Business School. So we welcome them. There is this belief across B schools abroad and now also in India that if a student has 12 to 24 months of experience, then his learning, his at the business school is greater, his level of seriousness is also greater. And since management is a practical education, therefore he actually is able to absorb better in the 2 years at any business school. So this is first. Second is eligibility. We, of course, there are these eligibility criteria that 50% in graduation is a basic minimum below which we do not admit anyone. But apart from that, we also prefer students who have 60% throughout in their academics, 10th, 12th, and graduation. That's our first preference. As far as the CAT score is concerned, we take CAT, ZAT, SNAP, and NMAT as a score, and CMAT as the last option. We do not take MAT as an entrance examination. We take the scores of these. We pay a lot of emphasis on communication skills. We have 2 rounds of interviews in our process. One is more like a general awareness and communications round, and the second is a technical round in which we test the mental capability of the student, his memory level, and his subject knowledge. So it's a very comprehensive interview process that we have devised, and after the 2 rounds of interviews are over, then the selection letter is given to a student, and basis his performance, basis his CAT score, we also give scholarships. We've actually got a select group of high CAT percentile students whom we offer amazing, very attractive scholarships, and also a pre-committed placement at the time of joining.
So please elaborate on the selection parameters and the weightage considered.
So, all right. So it is like this that 25, 30% weightage is given to communication skills. I would say a 10% weightage is given to extracurricular activities. 10% is given to subject knowledge, 10% to general awareness, 10% to mental capabilities, and 20% to the academic score. So this is actually the weightage which we consider. And I just told you about the select group that we've actually created. In the select group, we are giving at the time of joining, we are committing the student to placement opportunities upward of 10 lakhs of rupees. So we are very sure that if a student is good, we can offer him good learning, good education, and a very good placement and a very good corporate career and future.
How does Fostiima Business School revise its curriculum?
So, when we started Fostiima Business School, we actually referred to the curriculums of some of the best B schools in the world, which included Harvard, Stanford, and IIM Ahmedabad. We took their curriculum; they are all available in the public domain, and we took parts and pieces from that and devised our curriculum. This is the first year, initial years. Thereafter, we have meetings with the corporate world every year, and we have the discussions in the new developments which are taking place, and accordingly incorporate that in our curriculum. For instance, I'll tell you, some time back, what was very much in was that marketing was fading out and giving way to digital marketing. So we incorporated digital marketing in our curriculum. Gradually over the year, the emphasis on digital marketing, which was barely being taught for 1 semester, it has gone from 1 to 2, 2 to 3 semesters. Similarly, thereafter, we incorporated analytics related subjects in our curriculum. So now we almost have a specialization which focuses on analytics. We teach all the analytics related subjects which include bu- um, business analytics, which include big data analytics, predictive analytics, all the related software starting from SPSS, R, Python, Hadoop, etc. All these softwares are being taught. Thereafter, now the new thing, which are the emerging technologies, were blockchain, augmented reality, virtual reality, machine learning, etc. And now everything is now centered around AI, generative AI, open source coding, etc. So we have incorporated that also in our curriculum. And if things go as we expect them to go today, although there is still a lot of gray area, then we may soon have a specialization in AI. That we at Fostiima have dual specializations. So, I mean, there are vanilla specializations of marketing, finance, HR, operations, analytics, IB, etc. We give the student an opportunity to choose two specializations, both of which have equal weightage. So we believe that that management is a holistic education. A person who's studying management has to develop an all-rounded knowledge of the running of business or a corporate activity, and therefore you cannot. There are no watertight compartments. You cannot bind a student or a management or a manager to a single domain. So therefore, we believe in dual specialization and a holistic kind of all-rounded knowledge which we give to our students.
So, considering the summer internships being offered, do these internships translate into full-time working opportunities?
So yes, so at Fostiima we have 100% summer internship to our students. It is a part of our curriculum, and if a student does not do summer internship, he is not given the PGDM. That's for part number one. Second is that most of our internships, I would say almost all of our internships are stipend based. Third, that these internships are of two types. One is the project based and the other is operations based. There are some who get specific projects on which they have to work in the 2 and 8 weeks of summer internships that they do. And some they do on job operations and get a first hand experience of learning how to do business. So this is the way we actually do our internships. A good percentage, I would say, a good 10 to 15% of the students who do summer internships are offered pre-placement job opportunities, pre-placement intents by these corporates for getting absorbed in their companies after they complete the PGDM program. So this is also a good part of first timers education.
My next question is, please give us insights into the latest placements, roles, companies, and the salary packages being offered.
So at Fostiima Business School, the placement which happens is starts in the month of, I would say, third semester in the month of September and October, and it extends normally till the January. We do mapping of our students right at the beginning and in semester one and two, and we see that what are their interests, what are their likes, what are their capabilities, and accordingly we sort of give them jobs. Most of our jobs range in the range of around 10 lakhs of rupees to 11 lakhs of rupees, and which is our average and median. About 11 lakhs is our average and medium. This is the CTC I'm talking of. Uh, CTC actually, as a matter of fact, is a very confusing word, and different companies, different institutions have different methods of computing CTC. So, one is the fixed component of the salary. Add to that the variable component, and then the benefits and the out of pocket expenses. If you put all of that and the intangibles together, that actually constitutes the CTC. And this CTC normally turns out to be 10 to 15% higher than what the student actually gets in hand. So our CTC is in the range of 11 lakhs. Most of our students uh, get jobs in that range, and there are some who are outliers who get lower, and there are some who get 15, 18 lakhs also. uh, we have created there are some high value jobs which actually come to our institute, but then they go with zero selection. We have actually created the select group for students with high caliber who can actually crack these high value jobs and do well. Our jobs are in sales, in marketing, in finance, in consulting, across the domains and across the industries. We have banks, financial institutions, consulting companies, FMCG companies, engineering companies, all kinds of companies who are actually coming to first timer for placement.
So my final question, what is the mission and vision of Fostiima Business School?
I think I explained my vision and mission right in the opening remark, that the very clear objective was to give back to the society. That's one, by giving them world class education comparable to the best in the world. And we are committed to that. We are passionate about that. As a matter of fact, I say that with authority and with confidence that, well, yes, give me a student and I can or promise you, I can assure you that nobody can teach him better, nobody can mentor him better, nobody can place him better, and nobody can give him a career better. That's my commitment. That's my promise. That's my assurance to every MBA aspirant.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.